Here are 4 things God will show you when you're equally yoked with someone. Number 1, you are equally yoked with this person when you both believe the one true gospel. The most biblical way to understand this term equally yoked is to look at 2 Corinthians 6:14 and look at how the term unequally yoked is actually used. Here we can clearly see that an unequally yoked relationship is one where a believer is joined with an unbeliever. Therefore, to be equally yoked, the bare minimum requirement is that you and this person both be true believers. However, one issue that you're going to run into is that the Bible teaches us that there are different false gospels out in the world, and therefore it's very possible that you run into someone who says they're a Christian, but they're actually not a Christian. So you have to do your due diligence to make sure that you're both believing the one true gospel as outlined in the scriptures. Number 2, you are equally yoked with someone when you both can plow effectively together. Sometimes two true, real Christians who both believe the gospel don't form the best ministry team. It is helpful to see how this principle extends a bit further into relationships by looking at the analogy or the metaphor that this term equally yoked is really referring to. So it's talking about oxen, and when you have an unequally yoked pair of oxen, that means one of them is going to be maybe taller or the other one's shorter. One moves faster, the other one moves slower, or maybe they have different temperaments. And long story short, they're pulling in opposite directions. One's going this way, one's going that way. It's not a good team of oxen when they're yoked together to plow the field, and that analogy obviously works really well when you're talking about an unbeliever and a believer joined together. And so in the strictest sense of the word, they would be equally yoked in that they both are Christians, but you could say that they don't form the best yoked pair because there's something in their personalities, or maybe there's a tier 2 theological issue where it's an important topic but not necessarily a salvation issue, and so something in that relationship is going to be causing them to now not be as effective as they could be if they weren't together. So long story short, when you are with the right person God has for you and you're equally yoked, your partnership will actually be enhancing each other's impact on the kingdom of God. Number 3, you are equally yoked with someone when your relationship together helps you show the full picture of God's image that He intends to show through the man and woman relationship. God made men as men because women don't reflect the same thing as men. And likewise, God made women as women because men do not reflect the same thing as women. Only when a man and woman come together in marriage do they reflect the image that God wanted them to reflect in marriage, because they are different, not because they are exactly the same. And you can see this principle in Genesis 1:27. If they were the same, they would just be male and male or female and female, but clearly God made them different on purpose. And when you both embrace your masculinity and femininity and come together to play those masculine and feminine roles in marriage, you reflect the full picture of God's glory that He wants to show the world through that marriage matrimony. And number 4, you are both equally yoked when you love each other and the love isn't one-sided. In points 1 through 3 in this video, we're really talking about objective biblical points that really anyone should be able to see from the outside looking in at this couple. We should all be able to say, hey, these are biblical truths, and that couple has these biblical truths, that thus they are equally yoked. However, the Bible takes things a step further and says not only do you need objective truth to be equally yoked, you also need a subjective desire to want to be with this person for it to truly be an equally yoked relationship. You will know you are equally yoked when the relationship is objectively biblical and subjectively desirable. Giving this video a thumbs up helps it spread to more people who also might need to see it. I'm Mark from ApplyGodsWord.com. Until next time, God bless.